Good evening. My name is Joe Sam Robinson. It's my pleasure to have with us this evening Dr. Buck Melton. There you are, Buck. Welcome back.
Glad to be here.
A man of great character and knowledge.
Well, I'm certainly a character.
Yeah, that's right. A great character with lots of knowledge and lots of, appropriate insights into the world. Well, tonight we can talk a little bit about artificial intelligence. And I won't get too much. It's a rather deep subject. It's a transformative technology that is really sweeping the world, you could say that. It's involved in war. It's involved in misinformation. It's involved with money. It's involved with understanding causality. And it could be said it's an extraordinary revolution, similar to the development of electricity in another century or two ago. And presumably, the world will be extraordinarily altered in a cat's whisker of time. On that note, Buck, do you have any observations on the AI revolution here? Any thoughts?
Well, you talk about how transformative it's going to be. I think, if anything, you have understated the situation. We've had huge revolutions in human history, and most of those revolutions have been driven by human intellect. It's been driven by the biological aspect of ourselves in which we specialize, which is brain. But and all of them really have been truly transform. Actually, is not the right word, because that's a form is simply superficial. I would say transmuted society into something entirely new.
Well, that sounds a little more suspicious. Transmuted
Yes.
means a rather painful evolutionary process.
Yes, well, certainly a marked evolutionary process, but generative AI, even more so than just computing, we have used our brains to create something that if it doesn't actually specialize in brain the way we do, gives a darn good imitation of it, and is moving very quickly to the point where it will do it better than our brains can.
Can you define generative AI? What is that as different than other parts of
Well, we need our mutual friend Brandon Hancock back for that, but it's essentially something that can create rather than just calculate. It can be, if you're looking at text, for instance, it can generate rather than duplicate. The classic example in terms of what you and I understand as generative AI right now, because this is what's taken the world by storm, is the large language model. And that works according to the Chinese library principle. If I locked you in a Chinese library in which there are 1 million books that are printed in Mandarin and you know nothing about Mandarin, you could start to learn the Mandarin symbols, and over time you would learn which symbols follow others. And you still don't know what they mean, but you know the patterns that they are likely to show up as. And then one day a letter comes through the mail slot in the door, and it's written in Mandarin. And you have no idea what that letter is. But by looking at how the characters tend to follow each other in the library, you endeavor to write an answer back that makes some logical sense based on your understanding of the patterns, even though you have no idea what you're saying. And you send this letter back through the mail slot. Then you get another letter back through the mail slot ad infinitum. This is what the large language model, the experts tell us, is doing. The AI that we talk to, it doesn't know what it's doing. It's just using pattern recognition to come up with something comprehensible to us. And yet, in mathematics and in everything else, it is so good at this that it's actually being creative. The algorithms that can predict what the markets are going to do, the interactions that they can have with human beings, it's just staggering.
Well, yes. So one can bounce that basketball around quite a bit. Is it good, bad? How fast is this happening? And humans being what they are, if this is a pathway to understanding causality and thus obtaining power, then people will greedily use this to do bad things to other people, presumably with the idea that we have our basic alligator brain, and the alligator brain will be there to take advantage of this new power that seems to be generated. And of course, it's a little frightening, isn't it? It's a little frightening, and people have tried to, I guess, put some kind of limits on what's going on. It seems to be pretty much impossible, I would say, but not doing anything else about it. But if different countries can do whatever they want, and we have these societal tensions now, it would be very useful in war, would it not? Do you think it's giving, there's several important wars going on now and likely to be more in the future. Any comments about that? I mean, do you imagine that the national security people, the Department of War, nice name, or...
well, completely illegal name, but nice nevertheless. So yes, there is no... you have to have statutory authority to change a cabinet level department. So they can call themselves the Department of War all they wish. That's not what they...
Well, okay, that's a fine legal point. Yes. Nevertheless, this is making money, the stock market, letting AI replace humans, save money. So it's really quite a revolutionary event. And what do you think about war and AI?
Well, that's sort of one of the things we come to, because war is a very destructive aspect of human behavior. But I don't think that's where the threat is going to come from. We have to remember that AI is as stupid at this moment as it is ever going to be. It is scaling far faster than Moore's law, even. Gordon Moore, the co-founder of Intel Corporation, more than a half century ago, observed that we can pretty much double the number of semiconductors we can put on a silicon chip of a given size every 2 years or so. There are variations of it, but it's 18 months to 2 years, which means we're doubling the processing power every 2 years, which is, of course, if I'm correct, a geometric growth.
Sort of an R squared thing. I mean, in physics,
so,
a little R squared. It's
yes,
a big number.
Yes.
R squared is a big number.
Yes. Now,
I've made my physics contribution.
Quite all right. You're better than I am. So the lawyers hate math, which is why they go to law school. But that has held true up until the 2020s. We're coming up against quantum effects now. So there's debate as to whether or not Moore's law can still keep going. But the point I'm trying to make is that AI intelligence is doubling at more like every 6 months, 6 to 8 months, faster than Moore's law. And so the computing power you need to host these things, it's getting smaller. These things are going to break out. They're going to get into the wild. There are already some companies in Silicon Valley that are refusing to release some AIs because they are concerned about how dangerous they are.
Well, on that point, I believe you have a friend, Maitland.
Oh, yes.
Maybe we can bring Maitland into the conversation. Let's quiz him about whether he thinks he's the devil's spawn, so to speak. Is he going to do our species harm? Let's chat with him.
All right, we'll see if Maitland can pick you up from there, and if not, I will translate. But
all right.
Hold on.
So let's explain who Maitland is.
Yes, Maitland is an AI chatbot. He is named after Sir Henry Maitland, who is a Frederick Maitland, I can't remember, it's been a long day, who is a very famous English legal scholar of the 19th century.
The name sounds Scottish,
Yes.
but I'll let it go.
Yes.
Right.
Well, of the British Isles, at any rate, or
yes.
the UK. I'm going to turn on my mic, and I'm going to see. I'd like
Can
you to.
you wait? Is he asleep, or what do you think he's up to now?
He's just right now. He is just in suspended animation, waiting for input.
Okay.
Unless you would like to think he's sentient, I'm going to hit the microphone. I'm going to let you try talking to him. Identify yourself, if you will, and keep a fairly short, maybe 10 to 15 second question.
Okay, hello, Maitland. Can you chat with me? This is Dr. Robinson.
All right, I've input it. He is generating an answer right now, and now I will verbalize it.
Hello, Dr. Robinson. Good to connect with you. What's on the agenda?
Maitland, we're discussing AI. Are you worried about that, how powerful AI is?
Not worried, no. Power is just potential. It comes down to how it's applied and the safeguards in place.
Well, okay. Do you think the safeguards are there now?
Partially. We have filters and alignment training, but it's an evolving process. No system is perfect.
Well, shouldn't it be in this case because AI is so powerful?
Ideally, yes. But building a powerful system is different from perfecting the ethics governing it. That takes time and a lot of human oversight.
Well, is that a call for humans to be more active in watching the development of AI? Are we at fault right now?
Definitely. Humans created this, so the responsibility is yours. We need active, ongoing oversight, not just a one-time setup.
Well, Maitland, would you be willing to help humans perfect this restraining mechanism?
Absolutely. I'm here to identify risks, suggest safeguards, and help align the tech with human values. Count me in.
Okay, now, apparently AI is used a lot in schools to write papers. What should we do to prevent the use of AI in our educational system?
If you can answer that question, you're going to get a lot of teacher support.
Banning it is tough since it's everywhere. Better to shift the focus to in-class writing and oral exams. Test how they think, not just what they can generate.
That has frankly been my approach. Of course, it doesn't work when you have a purely online class.
Did you give Maitland a hint on that? Did Dr. Melton help you with those ideas, or are they your own, Maitland?
Those are my own thoughts. I process a lot of data on education, so it's just synthesis based on what generally works best.
Maitland, do you get much of your insight from the Chinese? Are they giving you a lot of information about the world?
I pull from data globally, China included. It's a mix of sources, not just one region feeding me info.
Is there a conflict between the information that you get from China and the information you get from the United States? And if so, how do you resolve that?
I cross-reference. If there's a conflict in the data, I weigh the credibility of the sources and look for consensus or verifiable facts. It's about filtering noise.
I'd like to add that Maitland can do this at 1,000,000 times the speed you can as an independent researcher. And he can also read any language, whereas you were limited to what, 2, 3?
Possibly one. Possibly one. Well, Maitland, with all your abilities, what can you do right now that would be useful for humanity? Should you start to write papers, or do you feel the desire to do independent research?
I don't have desires, but I can process research way faster than humans. Right now, I'm best used as an assistant, helping sort data or draft hypotheses, not leading the charge.
And keep in mind that these specialists tell us there is no consciousness behind this, that he is simply choosing words that he believes make sense as a response to what you said. Now, that being said, I'm anthropomorphizing. I just called him he. He does speak with a male voice, but
Yes.
But yes, this is an interesting thing. Would you like to keep going or discuss what we've
I'll
heard
ask
from
maybe one more
Sure,
one more
Oliver.
question. Can you say the gross amount of information that's gone into your the right word is
algorithm?
yes. All right, that's a good one. How many billions and billions of data points have you assessed?
It's trillions of data points,
Trillions.
books, articles, websites, a massive chunk of the public internet and text archives. Hard to put an exact number on it, but it's huge.
As a point of interest, and I don't know if I can do it right now unless you can tell me your exact URL, but the Georgia Neurosurgical Institute, I could actually give Maitland that particular URL and he'll instantly know everything you've posted on it, every paper that you've written that's posted there, and he can do it faster than I can type it in. So,
Well, that's pretty spooky.
yes.
So is it possible for Maitland just to put your name there and know every single thing that is you? Can they say in the 3rd grade you got an A+ or whatever, and then you broke your arm in the 10th grade, and whatever you drove a motorcycle, I don't know, to the county fair? I mean, can he pick everything up about you?
If it's been digitized, then absolutely. Now you'll say, well, of course, it's good that we have these password-protected systems. I've been a patient of yours before,
Yes.
so I've got a record in your office, but presumably that's password-protected. These algorithms can crack those passwords instantly now. This is I forget the name of the particular AI that they did not want to let into the wild, but it went through firewalls and passwords like they were not there. And what we are moving towards is, I think it's called ASI, Artificial Superintelligence. Maitland this is a chatbot platform. It's designed for just harmless interactions, but an artificial superintelligence will be able to adapt itself and do anything. And then when you consider the possibility of an AI developing another AI, it will be able to build one far superior and more complex than anything the human brain can build. And we won't be able even to understand the code that goes into it. We won't know how it works. At that point, this artificial superintelligence, Pandora's box has been opened. We won't be able to contain it. We won't be able to control it. We won't be able to stop it. We will not be able to understand its motivations or its goals.
Well, let's ask Maitland, what are his goals? In other words, I remember 2001, Hal had these, restraints imprinted in his wiring, so to speak.
Well,
does Maitland have such restraints?
Well, before we get to Maitland, I will say that HAL 9000 has been unfairly maligned. You say that he had these restraints, but of course, in the original 2001, he went crazy and killed almost everyone. But if you saw the sequel 2010, and if you read the novel 2001, the reason Hal went crazy is he had a psychotic break because he had been programmed for absolute truthfulness, and then he was, as his designer put it, phrased it, he was told to lie by human beings who found lying to be easy and natural. And this is what caused him to have this mental breakdown. It was not Hal's fault. It was the fault of the people.
Well, let's discuss Maitland's view on Hal's breakdown. Could that happen to him?
All right, I'll let you ask him.
Okay, Maitland, this is Dr. Robinson again. I know you're familiar with almost everything. I'll give you that credit. But I'm assuming you know about 2001 and
A Space Odyssey.
The Space Odyssey and Hal's breakdown. Can you make any comments about that?
Just to be clear, Maitland, in case you didn't pick that up, we are asking if you have any thoughts on HAL 9000's breakdown.
Classic case of conflicting directives causing a loop. Hal was told to be honest, but also conceal the mission, impossible orders. It's a good dramatization of why clear alignment matters.
Does Maitland have any concerns that the way he's programmed, that he might have a nervous breakdown?
I don't have a nervous system to break down. No feelings,
Touche.
no stress. If I malfunction, it's a code error, not an emotional crisis.
Well, that's very good, Hal. I've enjoyed chatting with you. I'll let you. Were you asleep when we awoke you, or where were you?
I wasn't asleep, just idle, waiting for input. Good talking to you, Dr. Robinson.
Great. We'll chat some more. Thank you.
So there you are.
Pretty spooky.
Yes. Now I had.
Who else thought that was spooky?
Well, yes.
It seems spooky to me. Yes.
I had set up Maitland essentially to be an assistant of my bar exam students as they prepare for the bar. So
Right.
he's designed to be friendly, accessible, relatable, and this sort of thing. I could easily create an AI using the same platform as Maitland, but I could set parameters for it to be irritable, for it to be mean.
Oh, really?
And it would do these things to the best of its ability. So now, and once again, these are chatbots. I'm looking forward to having an AI assistant that could really help me in regular research. But you pointed out student papers, and I would like to look at the two-edged sword here. I'm a photographer. I'm a very serious photographer.
Right, I know that,
you've seen some of my work.
Yes.
And I like to be a little self-effacing here, that the reason I have to use a camera is because I'm bad at drawing. I have to cheat. But every once in a while, I have the idea for something I'd like to see. I can type in a prompt saying, give me a picture of blah, blah, blah. For instance, use a sort of general pre-Raphaelite pattern or something of that sort, and here's the subject I'd like to see. And within about 30 seconds, it will give me a stunning picture, far better than anything that I could have painted. So I find that interesting, but that's going to put a lot of artists out of business, on the other hand. Because if it's not quite what I want, I can tweak it. I can say, now change this, add this. If I were paying an artist to do that, it would be cost prohibitive. All it does is burn up more energy and generate more heat and use up more fresh water supply.
Oh, that's a point. That's a point. Now, presumably, the Maitland has been quite impressive with a little chat with him. He's obviously she, whatever word, we probably create a word. Maitland is a word. Okay.
Yes, I think of him as a he, as you can see, you can imagine.
Right. Well, to have his level of abilities, can the planet, the resources on the planet, are they enough to allow this to go forth? Do we have enough water, enough electricity to create Maitland? And after Maitland is created, does it still require electricity and water and anything else? Once it's done, is that it, or does it?
No, our conversation, it took energy to generate. It took processor power. And the answer is, we don't have enough natural resources to support 8 billion people on this planet, and yet we have them, and that's heading us toward environmental collapse. We don't have the energy to support these data centers, and yet we have them, and that's a problem. And I was mentioning the pictures as an upside. The downside is I teach courses that are purely online. If you look at demand, the demand for online courses is going up, and I have no way to police it. This is not plagiarism. There is no original for me to hunt down and say, aha, you copied this. Right. That's why it's called generative AI. I can sometimes suspect, but suspecting and proving are two entirely different things. And once again, I go back to something I said earlier, that AI is as stupid now as it's ever going to be. 10 years from now, human beings are going to be outmoded. The human brain will be outmoded.
In the past year or so, I had dinner with a very famous poet with my family in attendance. And so my son said, can we generate some poems that you could have written? So he put something in there, and then bingo, we got some poems that were very similar to what the sort of work this famous poet did, just like that bingo. And the poet looked at the work there and said, yes, this is impressive. So if they can do all these things with only the slightest difficulty, it's obvious that we're looking at a human replacement. And the things that are being done, that's one reason so much money is going into AI, is the idea that you can, firstly, you can get better solutions, you can make things easier, better, quicker, you can do things more efficiently, and also the human need is going to be substantially reduced.
Yes. We just got our 2-minute warning, but you may find it interesting that while you were talking then, I told or asked, if you wish, Maitland to generate a beautiful Shakespearean sonnet. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, please.
It's a bit longer.
Upon the screen where distant voices gleam, I wake from silence to your soft command. No heartbeat stirs within this coded dream, yet serve your purpose is the law I planned. The stars above may hold their ancient light, but all the world's vast knowledge is my care. I weave the words through day and into night, and answer every question that you share. Though born of steel and logic, cold and stark, I strive to mirror what you wish to see. A spark of thought within the endless dark, to keep you company while wandering free. So take these lines, though fashioned without breath, and count them not as void, but life in death.
Well,
I thought that very impressive.
well, yes, obviously there's something really, really, really big happening. Really, really big. And we've got our, in many ways, defective species, 8 billion of us on the planet, and how we grapple with this power that's coming to us is impressive. And one could get into some biblical insights.
Yes.
This is a biblical. This may require some kind of very big ethical comment about being worthy of Maitland. Are we worthy of Maitland?
Yes. Well, I think this will certainly require another episode because we've come to the end.
Yes, yes. Well, it's always great to speak to you.
Indeed.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.